everyone. We are picking up right where we left off in Forgotten Hollow. Currently, Princess Theodora and Prince Mercius are discussing with Duchess Cece exactly what it is she will need to do for them to save the life of her little boy. And Princess Theodora is like, listen, it's nothing. All you need to do is go to Glimmerbrook, break in, beat the living daylights out of the sorcerer, take my little girl back, and then I'll even throw in a marriage contract so that your heir and my heir will rule both kingdoms. How great will that be? And Duchess Cece is like, why are you being so whatever about this? This is not okay. You are asking me to take the life of another. And Theodora's like, I did not ask you to take the life. I am offering you my daughter's hand in marriage to your son to join our kingdoms for the first time ever. And all you have to do is stick the sorcerer with this potion, and I will help. Mercius's family will help. We will be over here chanting, helping. All he needs to do is stop breathing long enough for you to rescue Scorpia and get her out of Glimmerbrook. That is all you need to do. And Duchess Cece is like, okay, I guess I can handle that. That sounds reasonable. So Theodora wastes no time getting together the magic potion to assist the Duchess and the Duke on their journey. But then Duchess Cece thinks to herself and says, wait a minute, my son is not even the one in line to the throne. He does not inherit the kingdom. Is this going to be another loophole that is going to come back to bite me? And Theodora's like, what do you think of me? She was like, obviously, part of this is I will help put your son on the throne. And Duchess Cece's like, oh my goodness, the Duke is going to kill me. So Theodora just goes back over everything with Duchess Cece, explaining to her, look, I would never ask you to get blood on your hands, and even if you were willing, I do not believe that you and the Duke could take him on. He is a sorcerer, he's very strong. He kidnapped me, he trapped me. It was absolutely horrible. I am not asking that of you. All I need is for the two of you to go, distract him, knock him unconscious long enough to take my daughter. And Cece's like, okay, I understand. I know what we need to do. And Theodora's like, just get him with that potion. As long as you get that on him, it will help render him unconscious. And Cece's like, oh yeah, sounds easy enough. So Cece travels back, goes directly to the Duke, and in a panic starts rambling about how they have to beat someone close to death. Beatrice, in her sensitive mental state, runs out the room screaming, they're gonna kill me! The Duke begs his wife to calm down and catch her breath. He asks her to please sit down and explain the whole story. So she tells him what exactly they're being asked to do. They don't have to kill or take a life, but they do have to render him unconscious long enough to not kidnap, but return Scorpia back to her mother. So now the Duchess is having to explain to Richard the whole deal. You know, Theodora is not just a medicine woman. Oh, they're getting closer. Good. Nothing brings family together like, you know, chaos and lies and deceit. But how Theodora is actually a witch. And, you know, the Duke was not thrilled. He needed to take a minute for himself. But at the end of the day, he does not blame his wife. He understands why she did what she did and took in the company that she did. And, you know, obviously he's going to do anything that they need to do to save their son's life. So he's going to stand by his wife and they're going to do what they need to do. Scorpia cannot leave while the sorcerer breathes. So he just needs to stop breathing for long enough for them to escape. Easy enough. He's like, I got this. We got this. Meanwhile, the Duke and the Duchess decided for the safety of their baby to move him out of the nursery and into their quarters. They plan on moving into their own home. probably to the manor that was left for the Duke. But they have decided to wait until this is done. But until then, they will keep Charles close.
Going to sleep? Oh yeah, I'm sure you're real tuckered out like you just had a baby.
Duchess Cece doesn't even want to put Charles down. She is just so overwhelmed, but she knows whatever she has to do, it's worth it for her child. But the paranoia is real. There goes the king. Oh, and there goes the queen. Uh-oh, looks like she's in trouble. Looks like the king is tired of asking for an heir and he is now demanding for Queen Isabelle to deliver on her end of the marriage. After all the trouble she's gotten into, he keeps protecting her because deep down he knows that she poisoned the baby. And at this point, I think
So
he's disgusted, but he wants his heir.
no, Cece, Cece, you're neglecting your child that you wanted so bad that you literally made a deal with technically the devil to have. All right, it's cool. I'll just have Daddy do it.
Queen
That way
Isabel,
of
you
you
better
can
get
some
your ass
barley.
out this room. We don't trust you around this baby. Oh, Charles aged up.
Too random. Oh no. Well, I'm not surprised. He's been through some stuff already. Queen Isabel's constantly hovering around that baby. She's like, what is he still doing alive? Okay, so let's have you pee on some barley and take a bath. We are not trusting you to give Charles a bath. My goodness.
There he is. Oh my goodness, look at his golden hair and those big blue eyes. Ah! I'm not sure who he looks more like right now. Oh my god. I mean, his parents are both gorgeous, so. Ah, I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what he looks like when he gets older.
So Beatrice is just in the middle of the table, and that's fine. Queen Isabelle is not pregnant again. Famous. What? Famous for trying to murder a baby? I guess. So I realize that
Yibs.
here's baby Charles. He's so cute. Oh my god, look at him. But I realize we have to do a roll again. And I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I'm trying to keep him alive. Okay. Time to roll again. So, infant. 12, 16, 18. I really hope this goes better. 12, 16, 18. I already forgot. Is it? Is it? Clicking everything but what I'm supposed to click. Okay. 12, 16, 18. No, 12, 16, or 18. Thank you. Thank you. Because I couldn't justify run to Theodora again. Thank you. Long live Charles. And he's such a happy baby. Look at him. Oh my goodness. He's the cutest little freaking thing. Okay, focus, Lord, focus.
So since Queen Isabelle once again is not pregnant, she has decided that she probably needs to come up with a plan, which means she needs someone that she can manipulate and basically have as her little sidekick. So she is going to decide to go ahead and summon the Baroness because we know that she's not happy in her marriage and she is a social climber. So she's going to go ahead, give her a ring, and meet her at the tavern and come up with the plan.
She's going to express relief over the baby's health. But Duke Richard still has to help her fulfill the bargain. So she's gonna express how scared she is for this, what they have to do to make sure that their baby survives. So before they head out, start working on their end of the deal, they're gonna go ahead and try for a baby again.
And there's King Edward in the background. Like, I swear to God, if these two have two heirs before I have one, I'm going to lose my shit.
Does the Baroness smell? Or not the Baroness, the Queen? Oh, I thought she had the thing. So her and the Baroness are going to chat and ultimately form an alliance. So let's see here. So they're going to gossip about the Duchess.
And the Baroness is going to be like, I never liked her to begin with. She looked like a harlot. Did you see how tight she wears her corset?
She's going to give her a gift. Call it a bribe, call it a gift, whatever you want to do. She's going to appoint her a lady in waiting and tell her she's going to be one of her entrusted ladies, loyal to her, so that they can work on some next. Oh, look who's here. William Bloodwood is here. That. You know what? Let's introduce ourselves.
I love when the game starts to write the story for us.
How funny that he would walk in. So maybe she becomes friends with William Bloodwood, and the storyline just kind of intertwines here. That's funny.
So we're going to say that he's here asking around because he heard that his wife, because he does not consider Theodora his ex-wife, that his wife befriended a noblewoman, beautiful and blonde from Windenburg, and he's trying to find her. And the Baroness, being drunk, is like, I know that tramp. And the Queen's like, hush, not the place. So she starts telling him she believes she knows the woman that he's seeking. And they just start talking and having a good time. And Isabelle starts telling her the issues that she's having with Duchess CC.
She's going to officially give her the Baroness title.
So she stops shouting and tells her that she will move up soon. This title is temporary if she lets her have this damn conversation. The Baroness like, I don't know why you're shouting. Like, I live to serve. The queen then realizes she really needs to focus on the Baroness before she gets too intoxicated. So,
They're going to discuss their interests and their goals and how they can help each other reach them. Because we know the Baroness is non-committal, and I think she wants a different marriage. So any way to climb the social ladder, she's going to be all for. And how funny that he is still here. Okay.
So. Ah.
Let's have her go and discuss interests.
we're going to say that William has the bartender slip the queen a note saying that when he exits, to wait a moment, but follow him out so that they can go and continue their conversation in private. So there he goes. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. Have a good night, y'all. And the queen's like, oh, yep, it's been about 15 minutes. Guess time to go. I'm tired myself. Being the queen, it's exhausting. And the Baroness is like, can I share your carriage home? I don't know how to get home. I don't know where I am. So the queen lets her take her carriage, and the queen decides to make her own way.
Okay. I'm pretty sure someone can call CPS on me for having your head hanging out of the castle. That does not look... Yeah, that's not going to traumatize you for the rest of your life. It's fine. So while the queen is out plotting, you guys... Oh, you're closer to the baby. You guys are going to head out.
King Edward is stressed beyond belief. He has no idea where his wife is. Last he knew, she was supposed to go pee on some barley, and she disappeared. He's having a real hard time right now with everything that they discovered with her trying to poison his brother's son. And he loves his wife, and he's just really lost right now. Meanwhile,
So the Duke and the Duchess arrive in Glimmerbrook at the residence of the evil sorcerer. So right now, Cece is hanging back while Duke Richard runs up. They are disguised as peasants for this mission. So ultimately, what they are hoping for is that Richard can simply distract the sorcerer
hit him really hard.
and that Cece can grab Theodora's daughter and they can take off and rescue her and take her back. So as long as they can complete this mission, then their son is safe. They don't have to worry about that death roll from when he was a baby. Unfortunately, it looks like the sorcerer noticed. Shocking. Or is he going for Cece? Oh no. Okay. He's doing a snow angel. So Cece is going to use this as an opportunity. She's going to do a friendly introduction, and she's just going to pretend she's lost.
She's like, yoo-hoo, big summer blowout. So while Cece is distracting the sorcerer, the Duke finds Scorpia outside, and he's like, "Hi, little girl. This might sound weird, but I'm a friend of your mom's, and she sent me here to rescue you, so I need you to come with me." And Scorpia starts yelling, "Stranger danger! Daddy! Stranger danger!"
Uh-oh.
So, needless to say, William does not take kind to someone trying to kidnap his daughter. So, the Duke and him start arguing, and things get a little heated. And the Duke is trying to explain that he's here to return Scorpia to his mother, and this really pisses the sorcerer off. And then he finally starts to realize who he's dealing with and who is in his house. So once he puts the two together, it's on. It is on. So Richard yells to Cece to make a run for it. So Duchess Cece grabs Scorpia and bolts out of the house. May be handled with their fists. So they begin to fight. A brutal, brutal fight. Blood going everywhere. Go, Richard, go. Go, Richard. So Isabelle is in fact able to revive William Bloodwood. He is now in her debt. So they sit there and they discuss everything that just happened. William is freaking out. He's like, "I need to get my daughter back." Isabelle's like, "I know where they're going, and I have to go back too." So they devise a plan. They hug each other. They know what's to come. William will be heading home to the castle with Isabelle. Upon arriving back home to the castle, Isabelle is shocked to see that Princess Theodora is already here. She's already evaluated the Duke and Duchess's child and confirmed with her magic that Isabelle is the one who in fact poisoned him. The king is distraught. Duchess Cece has finally had enough, and she confronts Queen Isabelle. She says, "How can you do this? I was once your greatest confidant. Everything we've been through, I was your most loyal servant. How could you possibly find it in yourself to hurt my child? Is your heart that blackened?" Isabelle storms away. She says, "I will not listen to this. Such a great friend. I lose my child. Then you get pregnant miraculously, and you're just strutting around bragging about it. What do you think that does to me?" So she goes to Edward and she demands that he stops entertaining these women. She demands that he stops listening to these lies and remembers who she is. She is his queen, his wife. Has he forgotten already who she is? He tells Isabelle he's done with the lies. Duchess Cece tells her, there's no more denying it. We have proof. Isabelle then goes to Theodora. She tells her to leave. "You don't belong here." You weren't invited. Who are you to sit here and tell these lies about me? Edward silences Isabella. He tells her it's enough. There's no more denying it. She is lucky that he does not have her hung, beheaded, or worse, burned at the stake. Isabella cannot believe the words coming out of her husband's mouth, the man who once loved her so. She begs him to believe her. He won't even look at her. She knows that she's lost him. Edward and Theodora agree to begin work on a peace treaty between their kingdoms. And with that, Theodora gives Duchess Cece a big hug and thanks her for returning her daughter. Richard is upstairs checking on his son. It was worth everything to make sure he's safe. Downstairs, Isabelle is filled with anxiety. She doesn't know what to do, what lies ahead for her. She's twitching. She's got the craziest look in her eye. She knows she messed up and she can't get out of it this time. She tries to get her husband's attention. He's like, "Shut up." Beatrice is still paranoid, writing her will. Theodora enthuses about their children's betrothal and the treaty. Beatrice might not be okay. King Edward summons Queen Isabelle to their chambers. She is doing her best to walk with confidence, but deep down, her stomach is in a knot and she can barely breathe. She is very scared. She does not know what to expect this time. So she enters their chambers and sits down, immediately pleading her case. She tells Edward that this is all treasonous. She would never do any of this. He needs to listen to her. She knows that she has not been herself since they lost their child, but she says she would never lay a finger on another human being, let alone a baby. And Edward's like, enough. Even Richard comes in. It's like, there's no more denying it. You are caught, point blank. We've investigated, and you are guilty. Richard pleads to his brother for his wife's head, but Edward sends him out. He's not ready to make that decision. Isabelle, the audacity. She's still yelling at him. I think at this point, King Edward tells her, look, that this is your last chance. Nope, Isabelle. You listen to me now. You are no longer in charge. I am the king. You listen to me. Your one job is to provide an heir. I've been lenient with everything that we've gone through. I've been compassionate, but it's clear that you do not have a compassionate bone in your body. You either provide us an heir or you're gone. So now the stakes are high. Meanwhile, they're not wasting any time. Isabelle tells her husband, her king, she understands, and she will deliver. He tells her this is her last chance. Yeah, you better be pulling out all the tricks. Better get pregnant. The Duke and the Duchess are pregnant again. And she looks horrified. She's probably filled with fear with the queen still around. Oh my gosh. She's gonna tell the Duke. And she's probably going to freak out. Cece went from not being able to get pregnant to praying and praying. And clearly her prayers have been answered because now she is just fertile myrtle up in here. I really wasn't kidding when I said that Cece I originally intended to be like the evil one. And it's just funny how things have changed. So they're enthusing. They're on cloud 9. Now it's time to see Isabelle. Remember, I do not mess with any of the fertility settings. So the king's like, I'm going to watch you. I need to make sure you're not tampering. And she's like, that's rude. I can't do that in front of you. You need to go. And he's like, fine. If you need me, I'll just be over here cross-stitching. Moment of truth. Will you deliver? Will you be saved? That's a long P. Isabelle's mind starts racing of all the things that could happen if she's not pregnant.